necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Welcome to We Are the People with Tracy Marks and Jorge Estamba, who ask you to know what's happening with your student loan. Tracy and Jorge keep a deep look at student loans in this country and the industries that surround it. Every week, We Are the People will bring you new insight into the corporate welfare industry, such as bailouts, and they connect with student loans. The show will highlight on your constitutional rights and how the current system is built to infringe upon them. Join the conversation by visiting our website chat room at wearethepeople.tv. Or call the show at 888-565-1470 and let us hear from you. And now, let's tune in to Tracy and Jorge for this week's discussion.
Hey, and thanks for coming by. We appreciate you being here. We are the People, Students for Liberty, and Jorge Estamba is actually with me today, I'm glad to say. It's been a while.
We're together again.
Together again.
At last.
Don't they have a song like that?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, we should sing it for the people.
We should.
Maybe not, huh? Anyway, if any of you were here last week, we had a student loan story. It was Taylor Ash. She's the owner, and she makes the products.
She's
makes
a
all
manufacturer.
her products. Manufacturer, that's the word I was looking for, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All her own soaps. It's Calypso Salt and Soap. Now, I'll probably run through a lot of things really fast, so if you don't catch what we said or, it's not up on the board, you can view our replay on wearethepeople.tv and catch up on any of that information you might miss. So last week we had her in. We talked about student loans, what her debt was, what type of problems she was coming into, being a small business owner. And we had some great response. Now, I talked about her 3 weeks previously, and if you've been joining us on a regular basis, you'll know that I said Hallie Elise had put in a nice hefty size order. I called in all my birthday presents early, so I was actually able, I never do that, I usually hide my birthday, but I wanted to put in an order and I wanted some of those soaps anyway. We were trying to keep her, she's very much on the verge of going out of business, and with licensing and so forth, I mean, it's stacked against the small business owner quite often. It's not like these big corporations. You don't get those kind of breaks. So anyway, Hallie and I put in an order. And then when she came down here last week, what happened was we talked to her, and instead of actually giving out the cash, we decided to take more soap. We all have friends that have birthdays coming up. Christmas is coming up. We wanted to put our Christmas presents together. And we decided to do a trade with her. So our orders equaled about what it would cost for advertising for a month. So we offered her 3 months for the price of one, and we took her product in trade, and of course we love them. So now what happened is immediately after the show, look at those beautiful soaps.
They're gorgeous.
Immediately after the show, the first order came in. It was over $80. It was a full line of the Pick Your Poison. I had talked about layering and how fragrance stays on. And so that was the beginning of enough money to go to another show. She was stuck. She didn't have money to go to any more shows. She didn't have money to get her labels. She needs ingredients and so on and so forth. So now Calypso, she's a pirate, okay? She belongs to the Leviathan crew. Craven Morgrog is the captain of that crew. And she heard about this pirate invasion they were having in Cedar Key. Cedar Key is known to all the Gainesville students for their seafood festival in the past years, and they've been doing that for years. But this whole pirate invasion was brand new. It was the second year. So
let me ask you a question. Is that pirate? You were telling me off the air that is like a business organization.
Absolutely,
I wasn't familiar with it. It's very interesting.
Some people golf and do business. These people, they dress up like pirates. And they do business. They're all small business owners. Or vendors. Not all of them are vendors, but they are all small business owners. So they dress up like pirates and they go around and have these meetings. And some people play golf. This is much more fun. I got to tell you, they're an amazing group of people. I had a blast. Now, so we got the orders in, right? And then we were able to book this show. And if you want to know more about Cedar Key, Leslie is the one that runs the Chamber of Commerce, and she says you can visit her website at www.cedarkey.org, and they have that seafood festival coming up, and they also have a bunch of stuff for December.
That seafood festival is fantastic.
Is it? Have you?
It's a great. I was there some years ago, and I understand it gets better year after year. So anybody who loves seafood, Cedar Key is a fantastic seafood festival.
I have heard that.
I recommend it.
I fell in love with Cedar Key. I went about 6 months ago with my friend Jill. So, but anyway, so she got enough so she could go. It was fairly inexpensive. It's the first year for vendors out there, and she. It wouldn't have worked if we hadn't have all come together. But as it turned out, we had people pitch in to do different things. Now, something else she got. She did the Ren Fest last year. We talked about that. We had John Para step forward, and he's putting up, she gets a $450 discount if she pays before October 1st. So they're putting up the $1,250 as opposed to $1,700, so she can get that early discount. She'll make that back in the first weekend and be able to pay him back. Plus, she's going to give him, we decided on $100. That way she feels like, makes her feel better.
Of course.
When people
receive something, it's tremendously
and it's hard
positive.
to receive, especially
Yes.
when you're in this position, and you just feel like people are feeling sorry for you.
Yes.
Fortunately, her products are good enough that's not the case. So, now, our Captain Morgrog, Craven, he's a hoot. Now, he's captain. This is a big, big organization, I got to tell you. He went to his crew. They all support each other in business, and he found his guru, his computer guru, who I'm supposed to know the name of. And they are going to, remember I was saying she was having website problems, so they're going to tweak all that. So she's got the website taken care of. She was able to do the show. She was able to come up with enough cash to get some products back. And then my friend, Jill Williams, you may have heard me talk about her before. She works with Doreen and Oliver Powers. They own the Faraway Inn in Cedar Key, which are adorable little. They're like almost 500 square feet. You can go in. You can sleep a lot of people, full kitchen. Beautiful little mural work. I mean, it's right on the water. It's awesome. So several years back in Cedar Key, they had issues with all these cats, male cat spray, not a nice smell. You don't want to smell that by the dock. So what Jill and these people do is they trap, neuter, and return the animals. And they have done 935 cats so far have been trapped, given full medical, ears, eyes, mouth, vaccine, spay and neuter. And then they release them back.
Fantastic.
So she knows these people, right? And she knows these people, so she was able to get us we couldn't get a room there. It was too full, and it was also too expensive. So she got us in with someone else, and just people came and offered. I as it turned out, it was paid for me to go up and help her. My gas was covered and everything, and that was all out of the generosity of friends and new viewers that we've had. So I just wanted to thank Leslie from the Chamber of Commerce over in Cedar Key because she was wonderful. Captain Morgrog. Well, Craven, he is a trip, let me tell you. Now, there's a whole new magazine coming out, and it's called, it's going to be Pirate Nation Magazine. It may actually come up tonight. It might be tomorrow or the next day. They're going for tonight. He also gave free advertising for Calypso for Taylor. So that was really nice too, because what she really needs is exposure. And you and I were talking, and you have some thoughts on what you might be doing as well.
Yes, she has a tremendous line. It's a great line. It's a quality line. I, as a marketer, that's something else that I do. I'm in marketing, have been in marketing for many years. I was talking to Tracy off the air on the way over here, and I think that we might be able to do something because her products are such of high quality that I can hook her up with someone who wants a manufacturer to distribute in high volume. And this guy would, of course, buy from her. She would be the marketer. It would be private label. And these products could likely be distributed throughout Florida and nationally, and even into Latin America, because Latin America really does not have these products of this type of quality. Okay, they do have something similar, but this is different. And so she has a tremendous opportunity, and she just needs a little bit of help to learn here and there, like we all need when we're starting. It's a startup company, and unfortunately, like this is a social political show, you're not going to depend on the government anymore,
You
because they're
can't.
not going to give you anything, because she's too small, she's not big enough, so she needs help from smaller people, suggestions like you're doing and we're doing, because this is a very viable business that she has.
Yeah, and it's
I'm
a
looking at it
shame.
as a business person, and I can help her, and at
Thank
the same
you.
time make money. I'm not going to be hypocritical about it. It's an opportunity for all of us to make money with a very, very nice quality product, and we are very deficient in quality products in this country.
Well, that's the
unfortunately.
thing. And I mean, like Farberware, for instance, used to be an amazing product. I mean, the products of quality are so diluted nowadays, and then your Walmart, and you can get all these great subsidies where you don't pay taxes for however many years because
Of
you're
course.
building a new Walmart. And then this young lady, who works her heart out and enjoys and loves what she does, who went back to school to make herself a better person, we're being ground into the dirt little by little. So,
And you know what's also great, Tracy?
what's that?
She manufactures in the United States of America. Walmart imports everything from Asia and China. So this person, when you get down to the nitty-gritty, not only is she going to make it on her own, which is fantastic, but she's going to create employment. She is helping the economy.
As are all these small
Directly, as all these
businessmen.
small business people are. They help the economy more than the larger businesses, really. I mean, when you look at it that way, which is really why we need to get better laws, better legislature to help. What happened to the Small Business Administration? It disappeared because they don't have any money anymore, and they shouldn't, because they give everything to the large corporations. We
It's
just
not-
saw
yeah.
that Congress passed a bill this year that they gave $290 billion in tax breaks, and you saw the article when we were reading it in your house before
Yeah,
we
I
came over
actually
here.
have it.
And now they're looking for another $231 billion. Am I correct? I'm
Actually, you
going
got
by
that
memory.
backwards. It was
Okay.
231 that they've already
They got already
given, and now
231.
the House is about to vote on another corporate tax break worth
290 billion. That's
Right.
$531 billion.
Right. So,
And this
call
young
your
lady cannot get a dime.
representative. Right. And she deserves it. So please, she does have a Fund Me account on her website. She's trying. The biggest problem is with the travel. She did do that Virginia show, but her car's not. She needs bigger. She needs to be able to make the soap on the road. Takes a month to cure. But she's got it down to a science, and they're gorgeous. They're art in themselves, and it's all pure essential
We need
oils.
to support U.S. companies.
And that's why I like, the Pirates. And look for PirateNationMagazine.com. If it's not up tonight, look for it tomorrow or the next day. They have a very interesting advertising thing they were going to
Advertising techniques.
they've got
yep.
some things. It kind of reminds me of radio, actually. So it should be very interesting. That's Craven Morgrog and his wife, Bird of Paradise. They all have pseudo names for this. But make no mistake, they all go "arr" and they look like they're drinking, but it's very serious business being a pirate.
Business people trying to make a nice, decent living, and just trying to do the American way, the American dream.
They are.
We have to fight for it.
We do.
We have to fight for that, and that's what these people are doing.
And they are, and so I'm proud of them. Check out Cedar Key and see what they've got going on. It's a great, beautiful, quiet, relaxing. I want to go there. Jill is the one that took me there. We met there. We hadn't met in person yet, about a year ago, and I went up, had some lunch. They have the Cedar Key bed and breakfast. Oh my God, it's amazing. So check it out. And we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back after these messages. Thank you.
CPA for the People provides CPA services and business consulting for innovative creators. Collaborative, personal, affordable. We specialize in tax consulting, business consulting, financial statement compilation, and personal finance. For more information, please go to www.cpaforthepeople.com. or call at area code 630-244-7893. Youthful Savings creates and delivers innovative financial education products through a virtuous approach in order to disrupt the cycle of poverty. We provide affordable college planning solutions through our Financial Freedom web application and program, youth financial education and entrepreneurship training through our My Own Business Challenge curriculum and program, and group youth programs that teach entrepreneurship and financial education. 10 cents of every dollar earned is reinvested into the communities saved through the Youth College Scholarships. For more information, please go to www.youthfulsavings.com. Email at info@youthfulsavings.com or call 646-504-7164. You're listening to We Are the People with social justice advocates Tracy Marks and Jorge Estamba, exposing the faults in our current day society with industries that directly influence student loans. Join the conversation by calling into the studio at 888-565-1470 or join the chat room at wearethepeople.tv. Again, to call in, the number is 888-565-1470 and let us hear your voice. Now, back to our show.
Hi, we're back. Now we're going to shift gears a little bit. I found an article that just really upset me in so many ways. It's out of Right Wing Watch, and I don't normally try to go one-sided on things, but this was just so appalling I had to. As you know, Jorge works with the Israel Hernandez family, which has to do with just the police brutality.
Police violence, and their son was a victim of a policeman tasering him to death when he was already apprehended and suppressed and immobile.
Right.
And I represent the family. I am a member of Justice for Israel Rifa Hernandez Executive Council and Committee in Miami-Dade. It's Community Council. We've been now around for 13 years, so I'm very knowledgeable in police activities along with the American Civil Liberties Union. I've read a lot. I've become quite knowledgeable in that field. And anything having to do with violence and deaths, I have become very involved with that. And the Israel Hernandez family lost their son due to an unfortunate incident in Miami Beach due to tasering. And that's a story with the Israel Hernandez family. By the way, we're going to do a complete show to highlight what this family has been going through, which ties in with Ferguson and all the videos of police brutality and excessive force that we're seeing in this country, which we have to get rid of, obviously.
And I am not anti-police by any means. I mean, one of my godfathers was a policeman. The other was a first-generation Cuban immigrant. So, this is not, we're not anti-cop. But we do have a phone call from Rick. Rick, are you there?
Here.
I can barely hear you. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Good. So what do we owe the pleasure of this phone call?
Well, there are discussions about overreach of government and the changes the government has made, which have caused our economy and our manufacturing to be reduced in this country, and our quality of life is going in the same direction. Our Congresses and our governments, our presidents have passed all these free trade laws, and they've made it easier for corporations, for businesses, for other countries to bring things across the border, things that are manufactured, products that are not the same quality and do not follow the same procedures that we follow in the United States.
Right. And not only that, I mean, they're kicking it. Not only are we losing our jobs, they're killing the small businessmen, which is totally wrong, very un-American. And, it's really time for the people to stand up and put their foot down on this.
We have a set of values that we have put in place, that we have put into our laws: clean air, clean water, safe products, health and safety for the workers, health and safety for people that are receiving goods or purchasing goods, all of those kinds of things. Wage and hour, no slave labor, no child labor.
So what do we do about that, Rick?
Our manufacturing is more costly because of the values that we have put into our law and the requirements that we put on our manufacturers. What we need is fair trade, not free trade. Free trade is a free pass to get anything across the border. Fair trade says if you want to sell in our markets in the United States, you need to come up to our values, to the level of our values. You know, China doesn't care about pollution. India doesn't care about pollution.
Well, that's why they
doesn't
ship
care
everything
about wage
overseas,
and hour.
because it's less expensive for them, because they don't have to.
There's no restrictions that, like a civilized country like ours enforces, Rick, that we used to do, as you know. And now, of course, like Tracy says, this is the easy way out, the cheapest way. And, of course, our government, our legislature, our Congress, to be specific, gives them all the advantages they want to go overseas, as you know.
And Warren
There's-
Buffett, the
there's
supposed
loopholes
good
and
guy.
the tax breaks and everything. So you're right, and this is a show in itself, Rick. And we definitely will be doing this show. We've touched on this, but we want to do. And you're right. It is. We need fair trade.
Fair trade.
Not free trade, because as you know, Rick, they fooled us with that word, like they do, and they always fool us.
Well, look what
And that's
happened
what
with
we need is
Burger
fair
King.
trade.
Warren Buffett helped that along. Okay, now Burger King wants to go to Canada. All right, so, you know, your point is well taken. So do you have any suggestions as to what people should do in particular, Rick?
Well, I think people need to be communicating with their legislators, with their congressmen, with their senators. Now, unfortunately, their congressmen and senators are subject to lobbying and subject to lobbyists. Lobbyists have lots of money to spread around. You know, we have the best government, the best Congress that money can buy.
Now, you and I were talking to a lobbyist recently at Ted Deutsch's function, correct? Do you remember him, Don?
Don Cleveland.
Yes, and the name of his book?
I don't have it handy off the top of my head, but
Well,
You-
we're
you
going to
know it?
have him. We're
Yeah,
actually
he'll
going
be
to
on the
have
show.
him on. We're going to have a lobbyist on. He's going to,
And
you
we're
know,
gonna cover
open that up a
whole
little
thing
bit.
for
So,
complete 30 minutes.
so I'm looking forward to that. I'm waiting for him to schedule. So,
the other point that you're raising too, because it's critical in terms of government control, in terms of Congress controlling the people.
well, Congress
the
is paid off.
militarization of our police. Now, Congress's job is not to control the people. Congress's job, and congressmen and senators, their job is to serve the people. But we've gotten away from that. They've gotten away from that. They've shifted to serving themselves, and they serve themselves first.
That is correct, Rick.
There's-
We no longer have people who serve
restrictions
us.
on liberty.
They're becoming millionaires,
By
literally.
serving themselves, and you're 100% correct, Rick. They don't longer serve we the people, they serve themselves to become richer and richer. And the richer get richer and the poor get poorer. And that's an old saying, but boy, is that a true saying now in 2014.
So, Rick, I want to take a minute to read this article that I found, okay? I just wanted people to realize some of the stuff that's going on. Now, I'm also, I consider myself a Christian. A lot of Christians may not consider me that, but that's okay.
Their problem.
Yeah. So the point is, I mean, this is if, you know, if the Christians are going to be persecuted again, it's exactly because of this. I don't know if you've heard of Mr. Boykin or not. But Boykin, when Jesus comes back, he'll be carrying an AR-15 assault rifle. Okay, now I don't know if you all heard, but that young lady, the little, 8 years old, who accidentally killed her instructor with an assault rifle? Okay, so last fall, the Family Research Council's Jerry Boykin spoke at a conference at the Wall Builders Pro-Family Legislators Conference. Okay, and he said, where he declared that when Jesus comes back, he'll do so carrying an AR-15 assault rifle. Okay, you can find that on Wikipedia. As Boykin explained once before, Jesus was a tough guy and a real man's man, and I agree with that, but not quite like this. And that is because he is a warrior who will come back covered in blood, in the blood of his enemies, and carrying an assault rifle, which is why every Bible-believing Christian must own one as well. We have 2 minutes, okay? The Lord is a warrior, and in Revelations 19 it says when he comes back, he's coming back as what? A warrior. I don't know that I actually read it like that, but anyway, a mighty warrior leading a mighty army, riding a white horse with a blood-stained white robe. I believe that blood on the robe is the blood of his enemies, causes him coming back as a warrior carrying a sword. And I believe now, I've checked this out, I believe that sword he'll be carrying when he comes back is an AR-15. Oh my God, this guy's pathetic. Now I want you to think about this. Where did the Second Amendment come from? From the Founding Fathers. It's in the Constitution. Well, yeah, I know that, but where did the whole concept come from? It came from Jesus when he said to his disciples, "Now, if you don't have a sword, sell your cloak and buy one." Okay, I know everybody says that was a metaphor. It was not a metaphor. He was saying, in building my kingdom, you're going to have to fight at times. You won't build my kingdom with a sword, but you're going to have to defend yourself. And I'm going to skip to the bottom. And the sword today is the AR-15. And if you don't have one, go get one. You're supposed to have one. It's biblical. How absurd. Join us next week. We'll be back with Sonia Munjal from Youthful Savings. And Jorge will be here too.
Yes, I'll be here.
All right.
It's been a pleasure. Peace to all of you.
And remember, we are the people, people. Good night.
New York City
Good
is
night.
that place where they said, "Hey, babe, take a walk on the wild side." I said, "Hey, Joe, take a walk on the wild side."
You have been listening to We Are the People with social advocates Tracy Marks and Jorge Estamba, who every week bring to the light the needs and changes in our current system. Tune in every Monday night at 7 p.m. on wearethepeople.tv and participate in the conversation in the chat room or call 888-565-1470. Tune in next Monday for more information and facts. And Tracy and Jorge remind you to stay aware of your surroundings and challenges at all times.